I'm live. I am live watching the Hayabusa2 land on Ryugu. Asteroid Ryugu. Live. Because apparently there's no live video feed. So, let me just to do some housekeeping. Okay. I'll get there in a minute. Trust me. I will get there. I just want to okay. Please forgive me. I'm just tweeting. And tweet. Tweety-dee-doo-dah. Hi, everyone. Oops. I shut myself up. Okay. Is that Inception? Watching myself, watching myself. All right. 60 people watching. All right, I'll see if I can get the chat up there. Tweety-dee-dah. Nice to see you again. Alright, I will struggle with my oh, silly me. There's the live, that's what's happening. Are we at 40 meters? We're at 40.97, are we? 40 meters. Communications data. That looks like a clean sine wave. Suspiciously clean. Fake. Fake. Just a little banana. Why not? Why not? Add source. YouTubey widgets. Yeah. I'll be with you in a second. This is worth doing. Okay. I'm gonna get my phone. Five, 4, 8. All right. I should be able to get a live chat in a sec. Hate having to do this every time, but Ta-da! Live chat. Fantastic. There we go. So, thank you everyone for joining me. However many people have joined. 129 watching live. Sweet. So, we are watching the Hayabusa2 probe land on Ryugu. Or Ryugu. Not sure how you actually pronounce it. But we're down to 40 meters. 40 meter, well, it's what looks like 40 meters elevation there. So, got X-band comms. Who's picking it up? Oh no. Oh no, elevation, sorry. No, that's not 40 meters. People are probably screaming at me. Sorry, I just opened the screen. I haven't actually done anything with it yet. No, the elevation is got nothing to do with the. I don't believe. That's the. No, that's the telescopes. These are the various telescopes. So we can actually have a look at. I guess they're the Goldstone. We're at the USADA Deep Space Center. Is receiving it. Canberra's not. Canberra's Open Communication Simulator. Well, we can have a play, can we? Open Communication Simulator. We can simulate communicating with the probe, can we? This is great. And you'll notice the shape of the probe, and you can see it. You can see the shape of the probe. There it is. There's the shadow. Look at that. That is sweet. See the shadow of the probe as it's coming in for landing. Sorry if I didn't show that before. If you're not following along, there's the Twittery URL up there, and looking at the silly comments. Alright, so elevation. MGA, medium gain antenna. That's the elevation of the antenna. That's pointing back, I would assume. Navigation camera schematic. What is that? Is that like, that's not field of view. It's using transmitter 2. Transmission mode, TLM. What's TLM? And we're getting 8,192 bits per second. So it's going to take a while to get those images. And by the way, we just stitched together a... Here it is. We just stitched together a video of it flying in. Look at that. Sweet, huh? Nice. There it is. Woohoo! That's taken with the wide-angle lens, wide-angle optical lens on there. I love the weird shape. Look at that. That's really funky. Because the reason it's not round is because there's a mass, and I forget the name of it. You can actually see the shadow there too. You can see the shadow. Now, over a certain mass, an asteroid over a certain mass will intrinsically form a sphere. But under that, it can be all higgledy-piggledy like this. So it doesn't have enough gravity, it doesn't have enough mass to form its own gravity and form a sphere under its own weight. So this one's like 1 kilometer across approximately, or thereabouts. I think it's something like 1 kilometer in diameter. Not sure if they got more accurate measurements now, probably have. And receiving level, minus 98 dBm. Oh, sorry, you can't see that. But thruster injections are under my head there. There's a thrust. Oh, no, can't move it any further. Oh, power consumption. Is there power consumption there, is there? Don't miss that. No? I don't see power consumption. It's a TIE fighter. Yeah. Yeah, bits per second. Still better than the Australian Broadband Network. Still better than the NBN, the National Broadband Network. I'll pay that one. I'll pay it. Australian Sideband Network. That's a t-shirt right there. The SBN, the sideband, the Australian SBN, the sideband network. Yeah, it's all right. It's just stupidly expensive, and they didn't, you know, they spent all that money, and it's like half-assed. Musk will save us all. Yeah, where's the power figure? I didn't see no power figure. I love this over here. It's got like Earth, Ryugu. It's like, what else is between there? Oh, sorry. Yeah, bus power consumption. Sorry, there it is. Thank you. Current power consumption. Hayabusa2's main electric power source is from the large solar panel. Okay, so it all comes from the solar panels, of course. You wouldn't have the solar panels. You wouldn't have them there if you had a radioisotope thermoelectric generator on there. You had the old Peltier. And, yeah, 627 watts. There you go. Cool bananas. 183 watching. Where's the elevation? As in the, well, distance, sorry. Elevation is elevation is the antenna elevation. It's different. The elevation, the antenna. It's got nothing to do with it. I want to know, like, from launch, current time, data received, thruster injections, receiving signal levels, transmission bit rate. Anyway, have they put any new photos up yet? Nah. Noopity doodah. I think it was dropping about, based on these photos, it was dropping like 100 meters per half hour. So last they reported it was 100 meters. Oh, sorry. Here we come. Oh, they didn't give us an update on what that distance was. They said this one was 100 meters, I think, or the one before it. Anyway. Yeah, it was dropping about 100 meters per half hour. So, come on, give us an update. These are the navigation images. That's the latest. I don't think it auto refreshes. No. There we go. So this is cool. Not much else to look at on there. Power consumption's staying pretty steady. How often does that update? It doesn't look like it. Like they've got 1 milliwatt resolution on that, right? 1 milliwatt resolution. That's pretty extreme on 670 watts, and it's suspiciously stable. I don't think it's updated very frequently. I think they're prioritizing the images and whatnot and any other critical data that they need. But it's got to be fake. Look at that. Look at that sine wave. Look at that. It's too good. I don't like the fact that there's no live. I can't believe there's, as far as I'm aware, there's no other like live feed of like the control room and everyone sitting there and biting their fingernails and everyone cheering and whatnot. If anyone knows of a link, please tell me. Because So they, yeah, the Japanese Space Agency don't seem to do that very well. It's like, yeah, it just happens, you know. No big deal. I wish I had one of the shirts. I wish I had one of the Shirtgate shirts. I'd wear it. I'd totally wear one of the Shirtgate. I don't care whether you landed a spacecraft on an asteroid. That shirt is sexist. Dickheads. Yeah, that's all I want to know. How hard is the probe away from the physically from the surface? Why wouldn't they have that? And maybe it's on the screen. People would be screaming at me in the comments. Like the altimeter data. That's what I want, the altimeter data. Like you would think that the receiver bit rates 16 bits per second. Wow. Oh, sorry, transmission bit rate. Sorry, transmitter. Sorry, they're receiving 16 bits per second from Earth. By the looks. Receiving 16 bits per second. Transmitting 4096. I can't seem to switch antennas. Maybe, well, that's probably the only one receiving it, right? I don't know. Yeah. All I want's an altitude. That's it. It's not asking much. Yeah, yeah, they're definitely using a radar altimeter. Definitely. The display's half an... Oh! Really? Do I have to refresh it? Is that dumb me? Yeah, I don't... No, it's updating. There it is. Current time. Current time's updating. Yeah, nothing. Yeah, we do. Perfumed? Manatee? What? Perfume manatee? We do have enough plutonium for the radioisotope generators for the probes. There's a video of me asking this question to the head NASA dude at one of the conferences, at one of the talks they did. And you can hear me in the background asking the question. You know, I've heard that they're running out of plutonium. They can't get the plutonium anymore for the radioisotope thermoelectric generators. And he said, no, that's not the case. They can get it. It's just a matter of cost. They have plenty. They have tons of it. He said that's not the issue. That's so. Yeah, can't remember which video that was. It's probably on EEV2 or it was EEV Discover. Yeah, nothing else is changing. Yeah, like so. Oh, maybe it's like a yeah. No, the elevation data down here is changing. Elevation data's changing. All these times are changing. So the page is updating, and all the other little tidbits down here are changing. But yeah, suspiciously, like power and receive level, you think that'd all be. Oh no, we haven't got receive level. Not on the antenna here. Probe separation happened. Did it? Oh yes, separation has been confirmed. Woohoo! Okay. Like, I just cannot believe that there's not a live feed from the headquarters. Like, sure, they're all Japanese, and that's fine. They're probably almost certainly all speaking Japanese. But, you know, why they can't have somebody in there, even if they were speaking Japanese. Like, I just want to see it. I wouldn't be able to understand it. I still just want to see what's happening. You know, why they can't have a live feed from there is just beyond me. It just seems dumb. What is that circle? Yeah, I don't know. Navigation camera schematic. Like, because they're way within the field. Like, everything's outside the field of view now. So if that was the, you know, a representation of the asteroid in the field of view of the camera, that ain't it. So there's, I don't know. Guess it means something to them. You'd have to go look it up, and maybe you could get some data on it. Yeah, something goes wrong. Yeah, maybe the Japanese just don't want to. Something goes wrong, they just hide it. Well, that's their cult. Like, they don't admit. They never admit to being wrong. If you've ever dealt with a Japanese company, they'll, you know, bow and say, you know, but yeah, they'll never admit that they're, you know, we'll fix it. You know, they'll never admit that they did something wrong. Half an hour ago, interview, yeah. Oh, cool, you're building the probe in Kerbal. I've never used Kerbal. I've played with it for 5-10 minutes, but I've never downloaded it myself. Yep. Anyway, yeah, I can't believe there's like no live altitude display. Because they've obviously got the data, because they're telling us. Well, they must have. It's a critical part of the landing. Surely the altitude, you know, they'd be sacrificing a few bits. There'd be, you know, if there's one thing they'd be sending back from the probe, it would be, you know, it would be the altitude. They'd be critically, you know, and then the landing light, you know, that have, you know, contact light. Maybe they're different in terms of politics, but in my experience in technical stuff, they don't. Just wait for the accelerometers to spike. Yeah. Back then, you know, back in the polo days, it was just a contact. You know, that's why it was contact light. It was 2 bits of metal touch. Bingo. Oh, this accelerometer rubbish. Yeah, Chinese companies admit their error if you try and extract it out of them. Anyway, 240 people watching. Just roll over each panel to find out more. Ah, there it is. The position and size of the asteroid captured by... Yeah, position and size of the asteroid captured by the navigation camera. Camera images Ryugu during approach. See, that's... I don't believe it. It's like 50 meters away. Don't know what the hell it's imaging. That's just weird. Da-da-dum. Yeah. It's not terribly exciting, is it? Just have to sit here and follow their Twitter feed. I don't know if there's a better way to follow. Oh, they've pinned it. That's why they pinned that one. Okay. Gonna be looking under. Anyway. the lander has separated, and they've got 2 rovers. What are the rovers called again? Oh, sorry. Yeah, see if they got any more images. Okay. The yeah, rover creatively titled Rover 1A and Rover 1B. Developed by the University of Azu? Identical rovers with cylindrical shape. They will move by hopping in the low gravitational field using a torque generator by rotating masses within the rover. Hey, that's cool. Stereo camera, wide angle camera, and thermometer. Is that it? So they're just camera probes. I assume that the Scoopy-Dee-Doop is on the lander. Solar cells and double layer capacitors provide electrical power. Has optical and ultraviolet LEDs for illumination to detect floating dust particles. 4 mechanisms to hop and relocate. Cool bananas. Oh, there they are. Is that them? Cool. Little cylindrical jobs. Wow, look at that. That's pretty groovy. All little solar cells all the way around them. Because, you know, it could be higgledy-piggledy, any orientation. You want to be able to pick it up anywhere. Wow. Artist's impression. Cool. It's going to hop. Boop. Reminds me of the... actually, it reminds me very much of the patent that I have on the ocean bottom geophysical recorder. We developed this geophysical recorder to sit on the ocean bottom, to be deployed on the ocean bottom. And it was self-contained. You know, big pressure vessel with batteries, had this long neck coming out, and this cylindrical head like this, and it reminds us of like a similar thing, because we didn't know what orientation to be going down, and it had to, regardless of what orientation it fell on the ocean floor in, or was dropped on the ocean floor in, it would right itself, and then little vibration motors in there would vibrate, then it'd dig itself down into the ocean sand, and yeah, and then you get tight coupling to the geophysical waves coming up from the bottom of the ocean. So just reminded me of that. There is no Earth probe around Pluto. Flew straight by. It was flying too fast. The New Horizons probe, it's off to an asteroid. It's off to an outer, like a Kuiper. Is it? No, I don't think it's Kuiper belt asteroid, but one of the larger outer ones, outer solar system ones. It's they retargeted, and it's off to do a fly past of that. Yeah, it was just going too fast. They couldn't slow it down. There's no way they could do a they couldn't get to Pluto in a reasonable enough time frame that people would still have their jobs by then to be able to be around to see it. They couldn't, they had to trade off flight time there versus the fuel required to slow down and enter orbit around Pluto. So they just couldn't do an orbital mission of Pluto. It just wasn't possible. You couldn't carry the fuel. Couldn't do it. So, because it requires just as much energy to slow down as it does to speed up to get there. So all that energy required to rocket it up to however many hundreds of thousands of kilometers an hour it's traveling, or 50,000 or something, I don't know. And yeah, it requires just as much fuel to slow it down to enter orbit. So they couldn't do it. Paid actors. Yes, there's a DSN antenna in Canberra. I will. What you do is you go to Googly here and you type in EEV Discover and you type in Voyager and ta-da! EEV Discover, how to contact. I've done a debunking of the moon landing. Oh, and how to contact the Voyager 2 probe, part 1. I've done a tour of the Canberra Deep Space Network. There's Richard. There I am. The Canberra Deep Space Network. And yep. Richard Stevenson, he was awesome. Like, seriously, go watch these videos. I'm thinking I should I know they've got good views now. 70,000 views. I think the other one has maybe 100,000. I think it's getting up there. Yes, I debunked the moon landing. Go and have a look at my video debunking the moon landing. I did some original research into that. I actually found some new evidence debunking the moon landing. Sorry. Not debunking. What am I talking about? Debunking the moon landing. Debunking the moon landing conspiracy. Proving that we landed on the moon. I found some new evidence. And that's in my video. Yeah, I'm an RTG. Nah, I'm an RTG fanboy. RTG all the way. With LBJ. Anyway, yeah, this is very cool. Like, go check it out. It's Richard. He came off a 10-hour shift, or 12-hour shift or something, like night shift. And he stayed around. Myself and Chris Gamble got there in the morning, and he looked like he'd been on a 12-hour night shift. But he just stayed with us for hours, and we just like talked all about how you contact Voyager space probe. And I go inside the operations center and stuff like that. So yeah, it's very cool. Why does YouTube not recommend part 2? Doesn't recommend part 2. Part 2, there I am. There I am pinging the Voyager 2 space probe. There I am. Here we go. Tour of the Canberra Deep Space Network Operational Center. This was brand new. They had just set it up. It was their brand new center. They got a couple of desks. There's Richard's desk over there. And he's apparently you're considered you're considered a newbie if you've only worked there for 10 years. So apparently, like, most people there have worked there for like 20, 25 years plus. Yeah, their dedication is amazing, and they just all love it. They're all nerds. And why would you go anywhere else when you got, you know, one of the world's biggest dishes there? It's all under your control. I remember talking to him about it, and he's like, he's, you know, secretly hoping something breaks down so that he can go climb up on the dish and fix it, you know. Yeah, very cool. Anyway, Yeah. So yeah, full on tour. He takes us through the whole thing. Didn't hide anything. I don't think there was a single thing that we hid. And yeah, there's you know, the real-time tracking data as we were tracking Voyager 2. And yeah. It was very cool. That was great. Want to go back there. Absolutely terrific stuff. So, yep. So what's happening with the probe? Anything? Boring. Oh, but what's not boring? You want me to show you something that's not boring? Want me to show you a new toy I just got? You're going to have to say yay or nay. There's a lag. Got to wait like 30 seconds to get a response. Yay, yay, everyone's saying yes, 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 yes. Yes, Dave. Hang on, I'll sorry, I'm just dicking around here. Sorry, it'll come back in a second, trust me. There you go. Alright, I'll go get my thing. No, it's not 110 gig scope. I was actually going to do a live video of this. Maybe setting it up. Yes, here we go. It's a box. Oh, hang on. There's too much crap here. I think I left my Tagano light on. Not Tagano. Okay. This is... I haven't even opened it yet. Oh, hello. It is the AF Scope C202. And you might think it's some cheap Chinese crap, but this is the finest Chinese crap. Oh, is it going to come out of it? Oh, got it. It's the Eakins, whatever you call it, camera, microscope thing. Now, if you saw my video, oh, there's a little sensor in there. There you go. If you saw my video of the that microscope that I got all excited about at the show from the Australian company Suba Engineering microscope, he lied to me. He told me that he actually developed that, or he, you know, teamed up with people to actually develop that, and it was their thing. It's not. Apparently, it's one of these, or the software is absolutely identical. So if it doesn't have one of these cameras, I want to know why the software with the little focus window in the middle of the screen, like that, little, you know, and it was magical. It looked like it killed my Tagano, and it was 1,800 Australian bucks. And but somebody on the forum, geez, that HDMI connector's a bit, how you doing? It's a bit wonky. Or is that just me? I don't know. Looks a bit wonky. Looks a bit dodgy, brothers. Yeah, I don't know if it's the same camera, but the software is certainly the same. So anyway, this is the most expensive camera that EA can make, and apparently it does the same thing. That and it's got like 300 times magnification, so you get like a little, so you get a little Dell moose in there, and what have I got? Various plugs, USB cable, and I should get, what is it, a times 100 lens, C-mount lens or something. So assume that no, here's the lens, and apparently, yeah, it's the apparently it's the same. So that's what I'm testing out. So I got one. It's not cheap, but certainly cheaper than the, much cheaper than the $1,800 for his system. So if it's the same, then this could be a Tagano killer for like $500. So we'll find out. There we go. That comes with a lens. You can get different lenses. C-mount lens. And this is their top of the range one. Alright. I can't remember what the Suba one looked like. But I think it was similar. Maybe it was longer. I'm not entirely sure, but anyway, this is like a times 100 or something. It's got a times 5 Barlow lens on the end. And yeah, so I'm going to try it out, and because what I was really impressed about is not so much like the image as such, but the depth of field that they got. And this thing says it can do a similar depth of field. So I don't think it's any coincidence. So I think he lied, and he's just packaging around one of these babies. Maybe he had them make a custom case or something, but the software is identical, down to every last menu option and that focus window in the front. So there you go. And I got a, and of course they made their own stand. It's not like they didn't do anything. They had their own, like, you know, well, I don't know where they got the stand from. I lied about that too, but I got various stand bits. And, yeah, and a gigantic base and stuff. So, yep, that was optional. You know, that was like an extra $60-70 or something for a proper stand. Hey, thank you very much, Scander. Hi. For 40, I don't know what that symbol is. I'm sorry, I don't know that currency symbol. It's a super chat. Yeah, the price difference is huge between the two. It's $1,800 for the super engineering one, but that includes a monitor. But yeah, but this one is like, it's probably like 700 Australian, so it's like, it's half price. It's half the price. So, no, it's not IP theft. It's just, they're just buying the camera and rebadging it. They're putting their own badge on it and pretending that they developed it. And yeah, oh, rupees. Thank you. 40.00 rupees. And yeah, so anyway, sorry I won't have time to do it now, but there you go. It's very cool. So I'm hoping this will, because like the depth of field, like you can get like that much depth of field, like 30-40 centimeters, or even 50 centimeters depth of field, massive. And then and then the focus distance is like that much, so you can tilt a board at like 70 degrees and then focus on any component in that focus region. It's absolutely remarkable. So I'm hoping this performs the same for much less cost. So it's like, I think it's like $550, $600 US. So Yeah, so it's probably the most expensive. I don't know of a more expensive one actually, like as in a China camera, but the software's identical, and based on the specs, the focus range is the same, the working distance is the same to the Suba. So I reckon it's full of crap, and it's just this baby. It may be a custom, maybe they got a custom case or something, I don't know. But I reckon the image sensor and the software's all the same. So oh, where's the live broadcast? Well, this is the live broadcast. This is it. Is this the only live one on the interwebs? No, separation is nothing's happening. Nothing's happening. Boring as. Here you go. Look, I'll go. Here you go. This is live. There you go. Live footage. Look how fast it's coming in. This is up on my EVblog 2 channel. It's only got 107 views. No, it's got 152 views. Geez, that's not many. Not many people are interested. So. Oh, sorry. Sorry. There you go. There you go. Live footage. Real time. It's coming in quick. Yeah, anyway, David stitched that footage together. Stitched all the images together and got a video file out of it. Cool. I think we're the first to do that. It's almost 4 o'clock. Yeah, I don't know. I'm waiting for it to say landed, like, you know, meh. What do we do? Like, there's just, it's so non-eventful. Just sit here and wait for a tweet. I mean, you know, it's not like we can count down the altitude, you know? Come on. It's one thing you needed. Like, you can forget all this crap. All you needed is a page with one number on it. Altitude. You know, 50 meters, 49.98. Countdown. And the most important thing, and they don't have it. Unbelievable. I really need to figure out their community engagement. Apparently navigation camera is very wide angle. Okay, well, yeah, it could be. All right. You know, but I saw it bigger than that before. It was like filling up most of the frame. I'm sure it was. I'm sure it was. So it's either getting further away or something's up. Yep, exclusive video footage. Respond to my chat, please. Hello, Giselle. What are you? Hello. Are you seeking attention that desperately? What kind of science will these probes be doing? Well, they got a temperature sensor, they got a thing to blast out some soil, and it's a return mission. The whole point of this is a return mission. The rovers apparently have nothing on them but cameras and a temperature sensor, and that's it. Oh no, one of the rovers, sorry, I think the second rover has like an ultraviolet light or something that it can, when it scoops up, when it generates dust, it can look with the ultraviolet light or something like that. No, I don't drink coffee. Ah, we've got a navigation image update, have we? Oh, okay, yeah. Alright. Yeah, you're right. They switched it. Yeah, that must be different. Because that's not the shape of the... That's not the shape of Ryugu. That's the... So that matches, yes. Okay, so that matches... That image there, if you count the frame, that matches the frame here. The nav frame there. Maybe. No, but that's... Oh, but even if it was super wide... What, it's going super wide angle and stretching out, and that's what the resultant image is looking like? Is that the whole thing? From like 50 meters away with a ridiculously wide angle, you know, 170 degree angle lens or something, fisheye thing? I don't know. Got no idea. No, they don't have elevation. That's the elevation of the dishes, the transmit and the receive dishes. That is not elevation above the asteroid. What are you doing? What are we looking at on your screen? It's in the title of the video. We're looking at the website. You can go look up the URL yourself. There it is. And still nothing. Jeez. Very disappointed. So I'm going to leave it on the Twitteries, I guess. Leave it on the Twittery feed. So I'm doing a live video watching a Twitter feed. Sad. Hour from release to touchdown. Oh, okay. It's an hour from release to touchdown. Probe 2 is released 30 minutes later. Oh, okay. Damn. So I don't have to call it. I'll be going to the gym in. No, I'll be at the gym by the time the rover rolls out. That reminds me. Should actually book my class. Good morning from Sweden. Sweden. We have the Swedish chef in the house. Hurdy-gurdy, hurdy-gurdy, hurdy-gurdy. So that's a terrible Swedish chef impersonation. What do you know what they call the Swedish chef on the Muppets in Sweden? They call him the Norwegian chef. Apparently. Right. Sorry, I'm just don't mind me being antisocial on my stupid phone. Hurdy-gurdy, hurdy-gurdy, hurdy-gurdy. I'm going nuts. Okay, I've booked. Alright. Let's book my gym class. Now do Beaker. I'm in the hills. Norwest. I'm in Norwest, Ben. Yeah, 15 bits per second receive rate. That's the that's what the probe's receiving from us. So no good dumpster scopes recently. real question. I had shoulder reconstruction recently. Oh, wow. That sounds serious. I don't think I know anyone who's had a shoulder reconstruction. How'd you bust that, Casper? I'm super active. Well, not anymore. Busting your shoulder reconstruction. No, you can still be active. I'm super active and need a super low impact upper body workout. Oh, wow. A low impact upper body workout. Well, that's got to be aqua. You've got to, like, you'd be swimming. You'd be maybe, like, I'd start out by, like, wading like that if you're doing shoulder reconstruction, because you've got resistance and you're going through the water like that. So, you know, that's what I'd be doing. I'm surprised they didn't tell you that. Surprised they didn't give you a list of rehab exercises. I'd certainly be doing that. By the way, I am professionally qualified to give advice on fitness, by the way. I am a qualified fitness instructor. It's true. True. True fact. Oh, Bull and Bush. Nobody else on here is going to know what we're talking about. Bull and Bush. It's going. They're going to tear down the Bull and Bush. Oh, jiu-jitsu. You didn't tap. It's that BJJ, huh? Yep. Should have tapped. Yep. That's why I wouldn't do that. No, because I'd end up doing the same thing. I'd end up injuring myself like that. And I just don't want to, you know. I thought about it, but no. I don't want to injure myself. Screw it. It ain't worth it. It makes me a fitness YouTuber. Everyone's swearing by cryotherapy nowadays. Yeah, Ben, you can do static exercises, bar hangs, you know. Even simple stuff like, you know, in a doorway, push in. You know, any static isometric workout is like, you know. Yep. I have lost and gained back and lost over 100 kilograms the last 3 years. As in, you swing 100 kilograms? You swing plus minus 50? Do you recommend a checkup from a doctor? I recommend a doctor for starters. Yeah, it is not healthy. Holy shit, 100 kilograms. No, that is not, dude, you know, like, seriously, you're going to die. Like, you're going to have so many problems. Your life is shortened by 30, 40 years. You know, let alone a good life. You know, you've got it being over. I hate the whole thing now. It's all the rage at the moment. With all that, you know, the whole SJW movement and everything else. It's kind of tied up with that, I guess. Is that, you know, it's all the rage you know, all these, you know, morbidly obese people give all these TED Talks or whatever, and they go, oh, I'm happy with myself and I'm wonderful, and, you know, you shouldn't tell people that they're, you know, that they're obese and, you know, to get help. They should be happy with them, and they're encouraging kids to just be happy with how obese they, you know, how naturally obese they are or something. It's, oh, it just makes me want to slap them over the head. Stay healthy. Get healthy. I'm not the healthiest person in terms of what I eat, but yeah, I like just, yeah, no, 100 kilos, that's, no. No, yeah, that's leading down a very, you're already down a dark path. Get off it. Go see a doctor, get to the gym, find an activity, find some sort of activity that you enjoy doing, and go crazy. I opened the comms simulator, but, you know. Yeah, you do isometrics. No, I don't sell my, well, no, I don't really sell my internet dating book anymore. Oh, they're using the DSS now, are they? See, it's like, how do you... I don't know, it's still highlighted here. I don't know, like, that's apparently the only place the signal's coming in on. I don't know. Anyway. No, nothing's happening. It's boring as bat poo. Any more images? No, that's the same, isn't it? Yeah. No. Hi from Mrs. Def Bomb. She's driving and insisting on this feed being played through the stereo. That's sad. Tell him to switch me off and talk to you or something. Oh dear, oh dear. The physics of Chinese acupuncture. Woo. Woo woo. £200 isn't... Oh, right, they're by swinging by the £200. Yeah. Is AVE a 200-pound gorilla, is he? I don't know, I've never seen AVE. Has anyone ever seen AVE? Make stuff, Ben. Advice for mechatronics engineering students, just make stuff. Work on projects. Have something to show for yourself when you leave uni. Because everyone else, you know, there'll be 1,000 other people leaving and you all have the same stupid bit of paper, and you need something to set yourself apart. Naif from Saudi Arabia. I thought it was Rafe. For a minute, they've freed him. Rafe Badawi, they've freed him. No. Alright, just getting a bit cold there. When I sit in the corner here, the aircon, had the aircon going, and the aircon like sort of like pools in the corner here, just circulates, and it's not good. So yeah, excited to try that out. So very cool. How many people we got watching? 229. Yeah, it's nothing happened. What do we have to do? Sit here for another half hour? I'll be going in half hour. So hopefully there's another tweetity tweet. I know about Raif Badawi. If I'm pronouncing his name correctly, I hope I am. I know all about it. It's terrible. They locked him up. They lashed him. Now we're getting into politics. I don't know why my country and the US and all the others aren't boycotting Saudi Arabia. Yeah, well, I know why. Because you guys have got oil. That's it. It's the petrodollar. Do anything for the old petrodollar. Yeah, I can't believe it. Like he set up a website. Was it critical of the government? Or which you don't do in Saudi Arabia. No, it wasn't like, I don't even think it was hugely critical. It was like, yeah, anyway, it was just a place for people to chat or something. And yep, they locked him up. He's lucky to get away with that. Unbelievable. Hang on. Phone. Who's calling? Doing another live show. Oh, right. No, it's good. Yeah, thanks. Bye. That was David too. Yeah, can't have open discourse. I don't have the complete story. Alright, how about you tell me the complete story? Why somebody should be locked up for that? How about you tell me? Or is it worse than I think? Or are you supporting? Which side of the fence are you on? Do you support him or not? No, Caspar, we do not. Australia does not have free speech as a right. We do not have a Bill of Rights in this country. We do not have it. We're one of the few, Western countries not to have a Bill of Rights. And it's absolutely ridiculous. We have free speech as case law. As, the government say we have free speech, and according to case law, we have free speech. But it's not an inalienable right, because we don't have a Bill of Rights. So, yep. What session did you book? The Aqua thing? Aqua's very good because it gets resistance, and then it's pretty much even resistance over the whole arm and everything else, and you can, then you can progressively increase your aqua resistance by getting, the weights, and they've got the water weights, and then using those, and you can slowly build up, and it's just like even pressure over the whole thing. So, yep. Only a Sith deals in absolutes. Do you know that Saudi Arabia is one of the biggest countries that use the internet? What does that mean? Every country uses the internet. What, in terms of population that have it? I can't believe you're like one of the biggest. That's silly. Sorry, I don't. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me that everyone there's got the internet. That's not the thing. Thing is, you go look at the stats. Well, I mean in Arab countries. Oh yeah, okay, sure, all right, good on you. But still lock people up, still chop people's heads off, still oppress women. You still believe in a, and you're a you know, you're still a fundamentally religious country. Driven, your laws are driven by fundamental religion, and no, screw it. You're not going to impress me just because everyone's got the internet. I'm sorry, it's not going to happen. You meant in speech freedom? Rubbish. That's why they locked Rafe up. I guarantee, like it. Isn't apostrophe a crime? And if I went to Saudi Arabia and I walked around with an atheist T-shirt, what do you think they'd do to me? If I had a flying spaghetti monster T-shirt, what do you think they'd do to me? Yeah, they figured in the US, they figured out how to get corporations to do the censorship for them. Just go to Twitter. No. No, there's no update. You're talking about the theocracy. Thank you. Sure, the internet speeds are very good in Saudi Arabia. I've no doubt they have state-of-the-art stuff. Can you get a shout-out? Iqbal. I can't pronounce anything. I'm hopeless. Iqbal Samin Prithul. Oh, my hover thing's not working. It's not set up on this machine. Yeah. Sorry, you're going to have to do a lot better to sell me knife. Yeah, no, sorry, the Constitution doesn't guarantee... Yeah, we have a Constitution, but it doesn't guarantee the right to free speech. You need a Bill of Rights for that. Toby, you're an FSM minister. Sweet. Have you got your driver's license with the colander on your head yet? Oh, boy. Yep. No, you hear about, like, Saudi Arabia, you hear about, like, there's Australians that have been arrested, thrown in jail for several years for kissing in public and stuff like that, and they weren't married. It's like, screw that. You can have your country. Which country are you in, Ben? Oh, Ben's here, isn't he? Yeah. Really? Is it free falling again? Is it free falling again? Bitcoin? Crypto? No, well, no, we're not well, it's hard, Casper. No, they've passed new laws. Like, we can't even See, because we don't have a Bill of Rights. So they can always override things with, like, just passing new legislation, new laws, and they just pass it. We can't do things like, it is now a crime. I can technically go to jail if the government were actually threatening, there were politicians, the government were actually threatening to up to like 10 years plus in jail or something for retweeting a WikiLeaks thing, which, you know, exposed, like just retweeting something. Or if you're a journalist now in this country, you can actually go to jail for, I think 10 years or more for reporting on anything that the government deemed to be secret. So you're not allowed to expose things anymore. They've actually passed those laws. It's just insane. It's just insane. And Naif says, do you know that women can drive now, if that's an achievement? Yeah, welcome, as someone else said, welcome to the 18th century. Yeah. You sorry, but I think you got your blinkers on. Poor Naif. Yeah, it's spread throughout lots of different legislation. Yeah. Use them more leeway to backflip. Yep, and violate on our rights. Yeah. Yeah, we don't have a Bill of Rights. It's just, you know, it's just ridiculous. No, we are not we are not the UK yet, where the UK's jailing hundreds of people for simply tweeting something that somebody finds offensive. Unbelievable. UK's going down the toilet. Unbelievable. Too bad if someone finds something offensive. You have no right not to be offended by something. Alright. Still nothing. Like, it's just so much for... Like, I'm just going to have to call it quits soon. Probably going to have to go in 10. Robots have more rights than women. I shouldn't laugh. It's terrible. Freaking hell. The worst thing in these countries is the oppression of women. In all these, you know, Muslim-dominated countries. If you take that away, you have a revolution on your hands. Talk about electronics. It has nothing to do with the Hayabusa probe. We're just tangenting because nothing's happening. It's boring as bat poo. How can the toxic influence of Murdoch and Jones be removed from this country? Simple. Time. Their audience's average age is like 70. They'll be dead soon. You won't have to worry about them for much longer. Yep. Simply don't watch them. They can say whatever they want. You know, free speech, right? Just don't follow them. The worst thing you can do is try and... That's the problem these days, is what the SJWs and the extreme left wing now are doing is they're trying to... when you try and deplatform people, when you try and, you know, they get uninvited from the universities, they get, you know, shut off from Twitter and Facebook and YouTube and everything else, and you try and deplatform them, that is not the way, the best way to a shine. You know, if you think somebody's, saying bad stuff, the worst thing you can do is try and shut them up. The best thing you can do is give them a platform, let them use the platform, and let them make an absolute fool out of themselves, and just let the community deal with it. It's the best way to do it. No good ever comes from deplatforming or whatever. Does Australia have its own Alex Jones? Don't know. Not really. No, not as such. Not like in terms of conspiracy theory stuff. I don't think so. Not offhand. Stand to be corrected. No one comes to mind in terms of not a conspiracy theorist, or in terms of like the insane, just the insane antics and speech. No, nothing comes to mind. It's pretty much in a world of his own. Talk about other stuff, yeah. Sorry. Nothing's happening. It's boring. Anyway, I'm going in like 5 minutes. So, can you recommend a good starting point for FPGAs? Have a look at my video for starters, I guess. And then get some of the cheap kits and stuff, the cheap dev tools and things, like the Digilent ones and stuff like that. No interest in football and you're an Aussie. Get out of here. It's true. That is true. If you took Alex Jones off 2GB and onto a podcast, his audience, which is an average age of 70, as I said, wouldn't know how to find him. You are absolutely right. But I still wouldn't. Call for Alan Jones to be deplatformed. I guess you could say if there's anyone close to Alex Jones, it might be Alan Jones. Maybe, but not. Like, no, we're talking order of magnitude. Like, yeah, the best thing to do is shine a light on what people say. If people are saying extreme stuff, just go, look what this nut is saying, and laugh at them. And, it's just, yeah. The needle in the strawberry thing. I didn't know the signal path had a video on FPGAs. Yep, Japanese asteroid probes are very political. Why aren't they using the Canberra dishes? I've got no idea why they're not using the Canberra dishes. According to this, the signal's still coming from Hayabusa. There's nothing happening. So much for this live stream. I think we got one update that it had separated, and that's it. Wow. How cheap can you get into FPGAs for? Oh, like $30 or something? Aren't some of the dev boards super cheap? Sorry, I can't get into your dynamic range ADC question. I've got to go. What did the Japanese probe say to the astronaut? Okay. Thanks, dude. Hello from the USA. Alright, well, I think we're done. Of course, as soon as I leave, the tweet will update, landed! So, image, oh sorry, nav images, nah. Nopey doo dah. Best probe landing ever. No worries, Casper. Sure, I could come up with some more advice. Give me time. That's the first thing that came to mind. Best thing you can do is take gravity out of the equation. So, yeah, get in a neutrally buoyant, or kind of, situation. Mark, I'll pay that one. We have a donk. No need for guns. We've got a donk. No, you didn't miss the land in Trump Nation. Because I don't know. Maybe we all did. Maybe it's happened and they're just not tweeting. Too busy to celebrating to tweet about it. I don't know. Cool. Thanks, guys. Alright, I'm off. Catch you next time.